Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and we have got a big day coming up tomorrow in the world of Destiny. So, October 29th launches a whole bunch of stuff. They've got charity streams going on. There's a charity event currently going on right now. You guys can check the link below in the description to check it out. It is Bungie's, I should say, Bungie Foundation's iPads for Kids program. So if you donate, you can get a couple in-game incentives and chance to win some cool outside of, real-life rewards as well. But honestly, it's all going for the Children's Hospital Network, and it is iPads for Kids. So helping kids in those bad situations have that distraction, have that iPad in there. So check out the link below. You guys can donate. All the proceeds, 100% of them, go to the Bungie Foundation to help that program. So definitely check that one out. And as when all this stuff that I'm going to talk about launches, they're also going to be doing streams with big content creators and stuff like that out there as well. So they're doing a whole lot for this thing to get a big push for this program. It's really awesome, but if you want to donate, the link down below will work as well. All of the content creators I know are doing something like this. So hit one of the links, donate as much as you can, try and be generous, help the kids out as much as possible. But tomorrow launches so much stuff in Destiny. It's kind of one of the biggest days outside of Shadowkeep's launch. So the first thing is Festival of Lost. I've got a whole video about that. Put it up earlier in last week. You've got rewards like a 950 guaranteed power weapon, so that's a good way to help you out, get a weapon up that you can use to, help boost your characters if you're slow on the grind. We've got masks to earn, we've got chocolate and candies, you've got cosmetics, which are going to be freaking amazing, all earnable for Bright Dust. They have confirmed at some point all cosmetics will come through the store for Bright Dust, so check out those, keep an eye out. If there's something you want, just wait, it will be coming, but you can always buy that stuff for silver as well. And also with Festival, we've got a Return to the Haunted Forest, that activity. You've got both match-made and solo queuable, kind of firewalled, so no matchmaking if you choose to. See how much you can do in there, have some fun. It is 15 minutes, and then a surprise at the end. We'll have to see what that one's all about. So I'm sure there's going to be bounties and stuff that you've got to do, a certain number of progress, certain number of times you probably have to make it through so many waves to probably earn that weapon. Should be more of a time thing, so that one may not be my first priority tomorrow. Secondly, tomorrow we've got the new PvP mode called Momentum Control. Now, Momentum Control has potential to be ultra cool, because most of the time in Crucible, we've got our supers that recharge with time, melee abilities, grenades, things like that. They all come back with time, so our recharge timers, our stats, all go for those. Well, this is going to flip everything on its head. It's going to make weapons ultra lethal, so everything they say is cranked up to 11, so pretty much anything in your arsenal is an option. Respawn timers are instant, there is no radar, and abilities only come back through kills. So you're not going to be pretty much having somebody just wait it out and always get a timer and then everybody gets their super at the same time. You might have somebody who's like tearing it up getting their super, but there's not going to be as much of that, I have a feeling, because they want it to be more focused on gunplay. They kind of described it as Halo SWAT, and honestly, it's just been too long since I remember that, but I know some people, when they mention it, really love that game mode, so it is all about more gunplay. Now, one important thing to think of about this is going to be the fact that currently, a lot of people are working on the Undying title. The Undying title requires you to complete your collections, which is many things, but one of them is Randy's throwing knife. That is the Crucible ritual weapon, which requires metals and Crucible, so you got to spend some time in there anyway. You need 2100 glory points, whether you can't lose those that you earn, but once you get your 2100, you're good. But you also need 450 scout rifle kills, which is a lot. Some people say if you get 9 to 10 matches, it might take you 10, 12 hours to do. That's if you're good with scout rifles and you get those kills with your scout rifle. But if weapons are the main focus and scout rifles are boosted, you might be able to get, 2-tap with scouts, like Mida might be really crazy, Jade Rabbit. Scout rifles have potential to be really good in this thing. And if it's all about guns, less about abilities, because like picture Mayhem, it's really hard to get scout rifle kills in there. Probably almost next to impossible. Normal PvP, you have your ups and downs, but if it's mostly gunplay, this could potentially be your time to get those scout rifle kills, because they're really going to be probably one of the things that hits the hardest. So if you're working for Undying, if you're going for Randy's throwing knife, consider the PvP mode Momentum Control as something you definitely want to check out. They said it is going to be the 6v6 rotator, so top left on the director during all of Festival of Lost. So it's going to be there for 3 weeks. So you've got 3 weeks potentially to work this out. We'll see how it goes, if it works really well potentially, or if it's definitely an option. I potentially may do a video for you guys over that one to see what scout rifles are good, which are powerful, which pretty much have the quickest time to kill when it comes to momentum control. I mean, if something like mid multi-tool is a quick 2 or 3 tap instead of 4, that's going to be pretty powerful. Jade Rapid, if it's like 2 bodies or 2 head, like some of these are going to be really powerful weapons. I think if they crank stuff up as high as I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, this is actually going to be a lot of fun. So momentum control, definitely something to watch. I'll keep you guys updated as we go through. For me though, the biggest thing on this entire thing that I've been waiting for is the new dungeon. Now, if you don't know what a dungeon is, if you didn't play Forsaken, haven't seen any of the exotic quests that you go through, a dungeon is not quite a raid, but noticeably more than a strike. It's still a 3-person fire team. It is typically set up to where you can solo it. I soloed the previous one. I may be crazy to have done it. There's also a triumph so you can do it solo while not dying through the entire thing, which took me like a good hour and a half or something like that. So it's a pretty lengthy encounter, but they are really, really cool. They're like kind of raid-light mechanics. The first section in the previous dungeon. Now, when I say dungeon, I'm talking about Shattered Throne, which is part of Forsaken. There are exotic quests where in Outbreak Perfected, you go through the tower and you do some cool stuff in there. You've also got Whisper of the Worm, which is another one. So those are like mini dungeons. They kind of consider those. Some people call them dungeons. Some people call them like the exotic quest missions. Either way, the only real dungeon to me is Shattered Throne. And it's honestly one of my favorites. So you've got an opening section with like little symbols that appear that'll send you in different areas. It's kind of like this little maze you got to run around, kill everything. Then you fall down this big hole and you go through this descent. But the really cool thing about it, and the aesthetic I know is going to be different because I feel like we're going to be going down into this dungeon. This one in Shattered Throne, we were ascending to a tower, but as soon as you load in and you open one door, and if you look all the way in the distance, you can technically see where you're going to end up. You end up in this tower all the way at the top of it through this ascent and a whole bunch of platforms. You go down through all this crazy stuff. There's so many different themes to these encounters. Like the one in the opening, as I said, where you go between all the symbols, has like different bosses of different styles and caves and tunnels and little tight corridors. And then you get to the descent where you're going through big open like cavernous cathedral type things and catwalks up in the top where if you fall, and then like areas where you're slowed down and you can't jump and Thrall are running at you. Like it's a really, really cool place. And the fact that they're launching another one, I mean, it took them a year, but these things are not easy to build. It's basically like a raid just for 3 people. The encounters in these two as well, both the Vorgeth encounter with the Ogre and then Dolankaru, very unique fights, definitely have mechanics to them. Hard to solo, but technically doable, just took a whole lot of persistence to learn. So these are some of my favorite things, and if you guys enjoy this type of content, if it's something you're looking forward to, they've also got this time around, as opposed to just Dreaming City drops that were happening in Shattered Throne, we have very specific drops that will happen in this dungeon. They confirmed one. Now there's been leaks of other ones, potential heavies and things. I'm not going to go into spoilers, because hopefully you guys get to enjoy some of that, or you can look somewhere else. But they have confirmed, like one, there is a pulse rifle that exclusively drops in there. Now the weapons that had been leaked, and the picture that we had seen of at least a shotgun in the video, is the fact that they look like the Hive from the Scarlet Keep. So they've got all the spikes on them, they've got the red and tan coloring to them. They actually look like they fell out of the Scarlet Hive, like somehow they are now a weapon. So it looks really cool. We've seen a quick glimpse of one of the bosses. Hopefully it's not the only one, but at least one of. Some giant lava-covered knight with a fire sword looks just awful. I'm sure that's going to be a crazy fight. So all of this stuff that we've got coming in this one encounter is one of my favorites type of encounter, and on top of that we have the exotic quest Xenophage. Launches tomorrow as well. Now we had the Wish Under bow that was part of the Shattered Throne, but the Xenophage, we don't know where it comes from yet. It could be totally separate, not entirely sure, but my hunch as it's launching with the dungeon is that it's probably going to involve some part of the dungeon. Now Wish Under and Shattered Throne, you had to go in, kill an enemy, kick off the quest, go out, do a mission, go back in, do some secret stuff in there, and then you got the weapon. So there were multiple runs in there. I don't know if this is going to be the same, but I have a hunch that the dungeon will be involved. So Xenophage is a pretty cool machine gun. It's said to be one of the slowest rate of fire, so slower than anything we've had previously. Like kind of mini railgun feel, like boo, boo, like 150 RPM, ultra slow, like. We're talking a very different feel of a machine gun, small clip, but hitting like a truck every time. So this is definitely a machine gun you're probably going to want, so figuring out how it works is one thing we'll all be doing tomorrow. So, I want to just give you guys this as an update for, I say tomorrow as I'm recording this in the evening, for the actual today, probably when this thing goes live. I'll put it up in the morning. Everything will go live at noon Central Time for me. Daylight savings time is the coming weekend, so time will change. But right now, noon Central Time, 10 a.m. Pacific, is when everything will go live. I'm going to log in, see what things look like, see what Festival of Lost has, check out the momentum controls, see if the quest is just available for the gun, and then, once I'm kind of done with the opening video for the weekly reset and stuff like that, I'm going to go into the dungeon and I'm going to stream it. Now I'm going to try it solo. Now if it's like 980 power level, probably not going to be solo because I'm going to need some help. But if it is like 950, something like that, I'd love to explore it with you guys on stream, solo. So, if you guys haven't followed me on Twitch, I'll be on there, twitch.tv/Ebontis. Twitter, you guys can follow me as I get updates and things. I'll be tweeting out if I'm live, stuff like that, so you guys know. And then right here on YouTube, as I do like guides for the encounters, if I figure out the exotic quest, anything for festival, momentum, stay tuned to the channel, lots of stuff to come. This next week is going to be jam-packed full of stuff. So, for now, enjoy your sleep. As I'm recording this in the evening, I'm going to post it up in the morning, so all of you hopefully get a good night's sleep. I'm going to work in the morning, and then as soon as I get out, when things go live, I'll get my reset video out of the way for you guys, so you guys can kind of get a feel for it. I'll kind of glimpse at a couple stuff in there for you, see what cosmetics and stuff are available to start, and then as soon as that's done, we'll probably be going live on stream for the dungeon. So, hopefully you guys enjoy tomorrow. Tomorrow's a really cool day just for this season because it's one of the biggest and probably has my favorite piece of content. The raid was absolutely amazing. Garden of Salvation, I've seen it all. Crazy, crazy cool. But as Shadowkeep has been very Hive-themed, this is going to be the most Hive-themed piece of content we're going to get, and this dungeon I'm hoping is awesome. So, get some sleep. If you guys don't follow me in all the places, follow me. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to tomorrow. Festival, PvP, the Xenophage quest, the dungeon. What piece of content are you looking forward to the most? Comment that one below. Let me know. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the stream tomorrow. Twitch.tv/Ebontis. Probably at the latest, probably by about 2 p.m. Central Time is when I'll be live. Otherwise, follow, and I'll probably be live most of the afternoon. Unless I got to take a break for dinner, but if I do, I'll come back, because I'm going to see how long I can do this thing. So, thank you all for the support, ladies. 41,500. Also, in that Game to Give charity, you guys already broke $1,000 in like 4 days, which is amazing. So, keep all the support going. Donate to the charity if you haven't yet. Please do. You guys are amazing. Have an awesome one, and I'll see you tomorrow.